Hello everyone, Thadu here on Stoneblock 4. Okay, I did some prep work so we can try and finish the Lightbender's quest. So we just need to craft the 8 ME quantum rings, quantum link chamber, and a pattern provider. So I did make the logic processes, engineering processes, energy cells, flux dense smart cable, annihilation core, formation core, and 2 crafting tables. So let's start by making the 8 rings. There we go. Quantum link chamber and the pattern provider. So nice, we are starting this off by finishing a quest. And for once I was properly prepared. Okay, got a villager hat. Just going to toss that into the system. Okay, so now I think we need to go and speak with the echo. So let's head back. Lightbender. There we are. That is done. And let's submit these and that one. And there is our quantum ring. Great. So if we build another quantum ring in our base, we can link it up to this, which will extend our AE system over here. I'm still wanting to maybe do refined storage, but this is seriously pushing us into the AE2 side of things. So now that we've completed this one, we can claim that. That's done. So now we need to unlock the Oblivion chapter. It's available already, but we've got nothing in there. So let's head over to the Echo of Guidance. Okay, we need to go back to spawn. And we can complete this. Let's have a listen to this after the fanfare.
Your world engine can now support Tier 4 upgrades. The WERK will now reboot 3 additional archives. The Echo of the Wormrite will lead you into the realm of the Draconic and the Void. The Echo of Twilight and the Echo of the Ancient will guide you through several vaults across distant dimensions.
Alright, so 3 more echoes. Let's see if we can find them. Here's the Twilight Ancient.
Welcome, mortal, to your resting place. Not within this archive, precisely, but likely within the vault you must conquer, if you wish to obtain the ancient upgrade for your world engine. Pay no heed to my sibling, Twilight. Pride has been held on to a little too tightly, even as an echo. Still, I cannot deny I share some of the doubts about your ability to restore the world engine. No matter. As you have likely realized, despite the fragments of who we once were, we remain bound by our programming. We as the work commands, regardless of our own feelings or fears. Your upgrade lies within a vault so ancient that moving it between realms would cause its collapse. The only path to it is through a portal within the ancient deep. Perhaps the Infernal or the Enchanter have already spoken of this place, each in their own way. Whatever they called it, you must be ready to fight for your survival. Defeat the horrors within, and you will uncover an alloy known as Cursium. With precision and care, it can be molded into euphonium, essential for advancing your world engine.
Okay, so we need to craft 16 euphonium blocks using materials from the vault. Okay, so we can upgrade our levels on our relics from him, which is not bad. We can also maximize relic level. Nice. Super dense energy cell, uranium resource nodes. I'm still puzzled out what to do with these resource nodes. Okay, let's have a listen to Twilight.
Look, brother, another would-be savior of mankind. How pitiful, and yet how predictable. So this is the one that the work chose to send to their doom. Unlike you mortals, my brother and I were born of an ancient and forgotten people. I have watched the ages pass since the fall of Twilight, stories older than time itself. If you are foolish enough to seek death, then by all means, challenge the vaults none have conquered. Your world contains vaults translocated by the work in a desperate attempt to hold back the end of yet another dimension. Within them dwell the remnants of my homeland, beings of immense power and wrath. To strengthen your world engine, you will need their heads as trophies, each one bound with an aspect of ancient magic.
Alright. Doesn't seem like he wants to read the rest of it, but it does give us the sequence. We need to get the Lich, then the ancient Yeti, then the Ice-clad Queen, 3-headed Hydra, Undead Knights, all of those within the Twilight realm. So we need to claim all 5 Twilight trophies from the vault within the Twilight ring. Let's have a look at his shop. What we've got available is, yeah, not even going to try that. Okay, and a Celesti Gem Anvil as well, which means we can repair items with power. Cobalt data model, Carmonite Golem model, Twilight Giant data model. Okay. Alright, so we need to find one more echo, seeing as 2 of them are in here as well. Let's take flight, it's a bit faster. I was hoping he would be close by. And here he is, the Wormrite. Okay, let's have a listen to him.
What do we have here? I gotta say, seeing a human reach such heights of knowledge wasn't something I expected, but I'll take the surprise. If my memory serves right, the last thing I was doing before all of this was looking for my brother, Chaos. You haven't seen him around, have you? People tend to think dragons are nothing but wild, fire-breathing beasts with the wings the size of continents. But I'm half dragon, and I turn up pretty normal, right? Anyway, you're here for that upgrade, so let's get to work. I can provide 2 upgrades for your world engine. But first, we'll need some key materials to craft the foundation of draconic technology. An energy core with 4 stabilizers and 4 crystal matrix blocks. A matrix design isn't dragon tech, of course. My brother borrowed it from Infinity, another echo he worked closely with.
Alright, so it looks like we need to add an energy ball to our world engine, looking at the materials we need to create. That's not bad. Okay, advanced dislocator. The generator we got as a quest reward, and dragon head. Luckily we've got those. We've got one already, so we're good on that, unless we need another one for some crafting. Okay, so we have now our 3 new echoes, and we have the quests available. Let's just complete all our quests, just some more money. Okay, so we're on to tier 4 for Oblivion. So we need to find the ancient portal. Upon entering the portal, you will receive a blindness effect that can only be cured by filling your soul cage with mob souls dropped from killing strengthened enemies inside the vault. Oh, lovely. You must hold your soul cage in your offhand to charge it. So we are going to have to create a soul cage. Let's see, this needs Old Engine Advanced upgrade. This needs the spirit blocks, which we don't have, so this is the recipe we're going to have to use. Derium, Enderrune, Broken Spawner. Oh, we've got one of those. Infused Dragon's Breath. So we're going to have to push our enchanting up higher for that. Okay, this one is the 4 energy core stabilizers. Energy core will double up on these crafts. Well, at least these 2. So that we can create a dragon energy ball in our base as well. Okay, and then for the Twilight, let's just grab his compass. That can go into our inventory there. Okay, layer of the lake. So this will be Twilight. Yeah, I am thinking we really need to work on some better gear before we attempt any of these vaults. Speaking of gear, I have made a change and just need to warn you in advance. It doesn't look pretty, but it works. I've put snared under my sugarcane here, so I can get some more sugarcane. Keep the books going. I have changed my pipe system, so I still have the pipe running down here from the mob farm. It'll come via the ender chest through this pipe here. But this pipe I've replaced with an acacia pipe so that it won't connect with the oak pipe, which goes into my enchanting area here. Comes through past the disenchanter. So any enchanted items will go into the disenchanter. I know it's not very efficient because if there's 2 enchanted items coming too close together, if the one hasn't finished disenchanting, the second one will just pass through and hit the salvager. Any other items that doesn't get disenchanted, it hits the salvager. That's fine, I will lose some, but I'm not too worried. So I'm getting the sugarcane to stock up this chest on books. So I'll disenchant and salvage. I've set up a trash can here for bows, because any bows that gets disenchanted should go in there, but they don't always, because they can, it seems like they prefer going this way. I'll just pump them into the trash can periodically. And the rest of the system is the same, but then my pipe comes around here, comes out after these brick pipes, so it doesn't connect to these drawers. I'm changing it to an oak pipe, which will come past and reconnect to the original pipe feeding into my overflow well, first into my storage drawers and then into my overflow. So I just need to keep an eye on this for things like this happening, and we just need to clean this up every now and then, which is not that big a problem. I'm just going to the trash can, which I know trashes bows. It's close enough. Luckily, because it's set to whitelist, if I accidentally click on something else, it won't send it through the trash can. I've still got one bow on me I didn't drop off. Just drop those in here. Get all of these. So I'll just keep an eye on my overflow, which will show me which drawers I need to give upgrades and void upgrades to. And with this setup, I've got my mob farm running constantly. I'll just pop down there. So this is running, just need my magnet off so I don't pick up everything here. So this is merely killing any mobs that appear. There will be Apotheosis mobs spawning. Of course, any prefix gear or affix gear they drop will get auto-salvaged. So those materials will end up in these drawers over here. As you can see, they are increasing in quantities. I did get 2 of these God-forged poles at some point. They were in my overflow chest. I just moved them in there as well. Other than that, it is merely making me some more resources. Now, I want to look at gear, and I don't know how the Draconic gear pairs up to the gear I've currently got. And I am not seeing any of the Draconic gear. I'm seeing the tools. So it seems like they have been disabled in this pack. Let's just search by the mod pack. Of course. Yeah, okay. So we can't do Draconic armor, which means we will have to look at the Apotheosis gear. For that we will need a few more things. So I think we should maybe... Okay, let's start at the beginning. Salvaging table we've got. Gem cutting table. Let's add that. If I just get gem cutting table. Okay, we've added that. Let's try this again. Okay, the simple reforging table. Let's add that. Reforging table. Augmenting table. Let's look at getting a gem case. Okay, and we need to infuse this with 100 Eterna and 100 Quanta exactly. That's going to be a fun one. And between 45 and 50 Arcana. Okay. Those are just normal smithing template upgrades. So I'm assuming that with the gem case we'll actually be able to store some of the gems. Currently I am salvaging all the gems I'm getting. I will still do some manual mob farming in between. Which we will carry on with. Okay, so let's start with the gem cutting table. We need shears for this. So let's create a pair of shears. And we can create our gem cutting table. Right, that's done. Let's remove that off the list. Simple reforging table. Thanks to that extra enchantment table we got. That's done. So we can take that off the list. Reforging table. Should be able to do this except for the netherite bricks, but that we can craft. So we can immediately upgrade that to reforging table. Oh, Godforged needs the 2 Godforged poles that we do have, but it also needs another enchanting table. which needs a book. And all my books is in a chest that is not linked to my system. Let me switch my magnet back on. Get my sugarcane, which is not in this backpack but in this one. I've created a second backpack to pick up loot items. Both my backpacks are set to only pick up items that's already in the backpacks. I've made some sugar as well. Lovely. Okay, so we'll make some more books. It's 18 more books. I'll just toss these in here, have some surplus books floating around here. Okay, so we've got our enchanting table. And we need polished deep slate. There we go. Now we should be able to create our augment table. Nice. So we've got our reforging table, augmenting table. Now for the gem case, we need an ender chest, which shouldn't be a problem. And there we go, we've got a gem case. Now what I would like to do with the gem case is I want to add that to my piping system. We're going to use a lapis pipe to force items to go into that first. And now I just want to time it. I'm just going to slap it in here. So I have my pipe at the ready. There we go. We can put that in there. And we can put our gem case on top of that. And let's just go downstairs, but I think it should already be pointing in the right direction, which it is. Right. Okay, great. And we can upgrade our gems in this as well, which is quite nice. This is something I should have actually made much sooner, but that's fine. So we should be collecting gems now. I'll just put the augmenting table down here. And we still have the reforging table, which I'll put down here. We can take our anvil out of there. And let's put it in the center here. Okay, so our little area up here is expanding a little bit. So the gem case I will take off. I don't know why I've got the cobblestone slab here. Alright, so in theory with the reforging table and proper materials we can reforge our gear. Let's take our boots for example. If we put the boots in here, okay, there's nothing here. We need to put the relevant items in here, which means I will need to do some research in the book to puzzle that out before we get back to that. But it does give us the ability to actually upgrade our Apotheosis gear. I've replaced my helmet with this Yeti horned helm of stubbornness, which had a bit more armor than my previous helm. And by storing gems now we should be able to socket them as well. Now gems, I doubt very much we'll get any from our manual mob farm. We will need to do some killing ourselves to get any gems, and that is exactly why I have my little manual mob farm up here. So I'm just going to spend about a minute or two, kill a few things here. I still need to look at upgrading my scythe a bit. I'm using the scythe so I can get the spirits at the same time. Ooh, that shield has pushed me way over there. to open one of my backpacks. This EMI provider I'll just stick into my system for now as well. I'll keep the torch handy so I can deactivate this. Oh, my infinity backpack I've taken off. I've removed all the items out of it, and I set it up to pump out all the XP from it. And it will just be sitting in a chest in case we need it, but for now, with the 2 netherite backpacks, extra netherite backpacks, I've got plenty of space to store items I get. Okay, as soon as I get a gap here, the shield just dissipates. I'll put the torch back down. To stop this, just kill the stragglers while we wait for that shield to dissipate. Okay, that bow can go in there. Leather boots, that's a normal bow. Some netherite armor. Still didn't get any gems, it's being stingy to me. To kill my slimes down here again. See if I can get this torch in. There we go. And then we can just kill off these guys. I was hoping to get a gem to just make sure it will go to the right place. Oh, there we go. We did get a gem. Great. So let's just open our backpack here. Toss these items in there. Just check. None of these is enchanted, so that should be good. Okay, I'll just take this backpack. Both these backpacks have all the same upgrades. So they've got the tier 3 stack upgrade, advanced pickup upgrade, which is set to only allow items already in the backpack. They've got the restock upgrade, deposit upgrade, and filter upgrades in them. Which means I could just shift right click with it on my chest and it would dump everything from the backpack that can fit into my chest there. And now those items will be pulled through. Just dump some sugarcane in there again, so any more I harvest will go in there automatically. Another change I've made here is I've put in 4 block places here. I've got a drawer here that contains the coal blocks, so I've got charcoal blocks and then the other 3 just dire blocks. The 4th one doesn't come back here because it doesn't transform. I've unlinked this charcoal from my system so it doesn't continually keep pumping. I've put 4 blocks of charcoal in here. I've got the mechanism pipe pulling it through here. The problem with the mechanism pipe is it will fill one and then move on to the second. So this last piece I've replaced with an oak wooden pipe. Because the wooden pipe does a round robin, it will round robin to all 4 of these places. They will just place here. I've got this hole so I can reach the bottom of it to feed it. And I'm manually harvesting them and just tossing it back into the system. So I've done 1 stack of coal through all the way to the top, and I've put another 3 stacks of coal in, or 4 stacks of coal in here. So each will have a stack. I've harvested this once. So yeah, if I need to make any of the just dire coals, I'll use this little setup. It's still semi-manual, but it works for me. Just get the magnet back on. By now our gem should have made it through here. Or not. Oh, there it comes. And there it is. So we've got our gem of the Warlord here. Fantastic. So we can see here's all the tiers of the gem of the Warlord. Obviously we would like to get our gems to perfect gems before we socket them into our items. So yeah, I will be doing a bit of manual killing. Oh nice, it also displays the gem up top here for us. That's actually quite nice. Okay, so yeah, I'll be doing some manual killing in between episodes, get some more gems. We've salvaged a whole lot of other gems, so we do have quite a few items available here. But I definitely think Apotheosis might be the best way for us to go to get some nice strong gear. So it'll be a lot of killing in between episodes for me to get us gems. I'll continue harvesting my sugarcane periodically, make sure I've got plenty of books in there for my mob farm. I might switch the automated mob farm off and just focus on my manual farming. The only thing is, like, I've shift clicked the items in now. If I do that with a lot of enchanted items, most of them will end up getting salvaged. So when I do that, I will first go and disenchant those items manually before dumping the rest into the system. So we finished the Lightbender quest, getting ready to move on. I am still considering the Draconic Evolution energy as a next stop. I might put the energy ball above me here on the top floor for the base. So I will get my builder to dig out a section for us here. I'm just going to lift the center portion of this roof a bit to give us enough space for that. So other than the one quest completed, not much progress in this episode, but at least we are ready to progress. But I have to take a pause and upgrade gear a bit because I am struggling with my gear. Mostly because I'm a terrible player, but be that as it may. As always, be safe, have fun, and see you next time.